In this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly why Blender is becoming the best 3D software for indie developers, so without further ado, let's jump right in. We're gonna start with one of the best and the most obvious things about Blender, which is the fact that it is free. This means that indie developers don't have to spend a lot of money on expensive software licenses in order to use it. This makes it much easier for indie developers to get started with their projects, as they don't have to worry about the cost of software. This will also help them invest more money into other stuff. For example, they can spend that money on getting more powerful hardware, such as powerful machines, drawing tablets, and other equipment. This, in addition to helpful tools such as add-ons and ready assets, which can save development time and efforts. Additionally, Blender is getting regularly updated with new features, so indie developers can always rest assured that they are getting the most up-to-date version of the software. And ironically, Blender is now updated with some of the best features in the industry compared to the other software, even though it is free. Moreover, because Blender is distributed under the GNU GPL license, Ton Roosendaal, the creator of Blender, guaranteed that it will always be free for everyone. Therefore, indie devs don't have to worry about this in the future. Also, as a game developer, you often need to create animated sequences or trailers. So when beginning the process of adding a new animated sequence, you need first to create a storyboard, which is easily doable using Blender's Grease Pencil. But this is not everything, since you can, as a game developer, create fully fleshed animations using the Grease Pencil tool if you are into 2D previs animations. And if you haven't heard yet, Blender is now officially industry standard in previs, and this is the case in video games and VFX projects. Recently it was used to create many short 2D films, which were entirely created using the Grease Pencil. Also, it is being used by storyboard artists to simplify all stages of making animated movies. It allows artists to plan more efficiently, pitch ideas to other people more clearly, and avoid problems during production. But since Blender is mainly a 3D software, it is used by indie developers for 3D animated pre-visualizations. This means they can create 3D models and animations of their video games and start working on something more polished, as we said, whether it be a sequence or a trailer. Blender is also a very lightweight software, which means that it doesn't require a lot of powerful computing, and it doesn't take a lot to download either, because it is just a few hundred megabytes, compared to other industry standard software such as Max and Maya, which usually come in more than 10 gigabytes. Additionally, Blender can be installed on a variety of operating systems such as Windows, Mac, and Linux, so indie developers can use it regardless of what type of operating system they have on their computers. So this makes it perfect for them, as they don't have to worry about their computers not being able to run the software. But to a certain extent, since you are working on complicated projects such as video games, you need to have a decent computer, especially when rendering something such as a trailer or an animated sequence, in which case you don't want to burn your potato computer, and you will probably need a service that can do that for you while you continue doing what you do best, which is creating stuff. That's why I'm going to tell you about Renderpool, a render farm solution that can help you render your scenes and projects faster. Both beginner and veteran Blender artists agree that rendering is probably one of the slowest and most frustrating aspects of any workflow. It takes a lot of time and it is not fun, especially if you need to go back and adjust mistakes. So Renderpool is a cloud-based CPU and GPU rendering service that offers powerful automated distributed processing on over 1,000 high-quality performance GPU servers, providing super fast rendering speeds for Blender Cycles and Radeon Pro Render users at a very reasonable price. The process is extremely simple. All you need to do is just upload the blend file to the Renderpool website, and Renderpool offers multiple plans to fit your needs and budget. You can choose between a point-based system if you just want to try the service, and there is a monthly subscription system for users with bigger projects. And there is also a new unlimited plan, which is a one flat rate system where you can use their rendering powerhouse without worrying about points, time, or budgeting constraints. So if you want to optimize your workflow tremendously and you want to know about Renderpool for yourself, you will find the necessary links in the description below. If an indie developer doesn't have the time or skills to create 3D models and animations themselves, they can always hire a Blender artist. There are many freelancer artists out there, and you can find them online everywhere. So it is easy for indie developers to find someone to help them with their projects. This can save a lot of time and money, especially knowing how difficult it is to create something from scratch with all the financial and technical challenges. Blender is also incredibly popular among young artists. This is because it is free to use and easy as well. So it is perfect for those just starting out with game development and young indie devs, which represent a good portion of game development. And for those who want to learn, there are always many learning resources and tutorials as well as courses that will help new users get familiar with the software. Therefore, this makes it a perfect choice for indie developers who are just starting out and don't have a lot of experience when it comes to game development. One of the major characteristics of Blender that none of the major software actually has is the fact that it is an all-in-one software, which means that it can be used for a wide range of tasks. Indie developers can use it to create 3D models and animations, and they can use it for other tasks, such as video editing, creating motion graphics, and game development. Blender even has its own game engine, which is impressive. This makes it a great choice for indie developers as it can save them a lot of time and money, which means they don't have to buy and learn different software for each task. And similar to other paid software, Blender also has a wide range of powerful third-party tools that can be used to extend its functionality. These add-ons can be used to create a wide range of tasks like modeling, sculpting, retopology, texturing, rendering, creating simulations, and much more. They can also be used to create more realistic materials and create natural scenes such as forests and different types of vegetation. This makes Blender a great choice for indie developers as they can easily create impressive 3D models and animations with the help of these add-ons. Also, to be honest, the best ones are paid, but there are always free and cheap add-ons which logically can save a lot of time and expenses from development time because a few dollars can actually replace days or even months of development. Also, one of the most important points is the fact that even expensive add-ons for Blender are way cheaper than other add-ons in other software such as Max or Maya. Blender also has a wide range of free 3D assets, 3D models and textures that can be used in video games. This makes it a great choice for indie developers as they don't have to create all their assets from scratch. And there are a lot of websites that offer these assets for free, so indie developers can be sure that their games will look professional and impressive. Also, one of the most important things about Blender is the fact that it is open source, meaning that anyone can download it and use it for free and have the freedom to change the source code in any way, shape, or form. This makes it much easier for indie developers to have absolute control and freedom when it comes to their video games workflows. This is the case because they can create custom tools and add-ons, and configure Blender's workspace and tools according to their needs. Therefore, by creating custom tools, indie studios and developers can solve some of the most difficult problems and incorporate those tools into their pipeline for a more adaptable and effective workflow. In addition, due to the highly lucrative nature of the market, creating tools and add-ons will also assist independent developers in making more money that can be spent on development. Also, just in case you are wondering, creating third-party add-ons and tools for other software such as Maya and Max, also Houdini and Cinema 4D is a bit complicated compared to Blender because there are a lot of conditions to create a tool that can be integrated into the software. And since Blender is free and open source, it doesn't have the support that other software have. Like when a studio is working on a video game and they encounter a problem, they can contact the support and they can help them solve their problems, especially when creating certain things that you can't find online. But when it comes to Blender, even though it doesn't have support, there are many online forums and communities dedicated to helping Blender users. So if an indie developer runs into any problem, they can easily get help from the other Blender users. And believe me, there are a lot of them, and any problem you can think of, you will probably find a solution for it. This in addition to the huge number of tutorials and guides available online, which can help you as an indie developer learn more about Blender and its amazing features. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You can also check some of our previous videos. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.